Hi there, Internet. My name is Flex Tio, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm doing a brand new show, and it's called Learn Apart Together, where I will bring up some of my students, and we are going to do heart-to-heart talks about our experiences in home-based learning. My name is Flex Tio, a polytechnic lecturer from Nanyang Polytechnic, as well as a specialist in teaching and learning. So let me go over and grab them, and as soon as I manage to grab them, we'll start the show. Hi, welcome back. So I'm Flex Tio once again, and I'm a engineer by training, educator by profession, and a rebel at heart. Right, today I'm going to find two of my students, and we are going to have a heart-to-heart chat about what home-based learning has brought about. After all, it's been the COVID situation, everyone is trapped at home. So we have been doing this home-based learning for about 7 weeks. So right now, I'm going to bring in my first guest, and let us welcome Gerald.
Hello and welcome. I'm Gerald Teo. I am a WorldSkills participant and a swimming instructor, and I don't like home-based learning.
All right, Gerald. So this is Gerald, and I'm going to ask him some questions later. So next, I'm going to bring out a second student of mine, and his name is Sean. So let us welcome Sean as well.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm Sean, a year 3 student. So, yeah, I hate home-based learning as well.
Yeah, we all caught our difficulties with home-based learning. I tell you, even the lecturers, all of us are also talking about home-based learning. It's like, is it really doable? Do we really need to do that? Then we heard that, oh, maybe we can just do home-based learning for lab. But then circuit breaker comes along, then we have to really do 100% home-based learning.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you for taking up your precious Saturday time, which usually I think you will spend your time gaming as well as resting to come on to this live show. All right. So we are audience over here. So there are a group of educators around, and I think there are a group of students around. So this is basically a heart-to-heart chat for both lecturers as well as students. Please feel free to ask questions in the comment, and we'll try to take them as we go along. But for now, I just want everyone to get to know Gerald and Sean a little bit better. So I have a starter question for them. Right, the starter question is, can you show me, tell us about how do you learn best in your situation?
Me first.
Yeah,
I learn best in a conducive environment, specifically most of the time alone. So in school, I have this lab. I call it the WorldSkills lab, where I get to do my projects alone, and it's really nice, comforting. But sometimes when I need to do projects that are not solo projects, I will rather do it with friends. And we have another room that has 2 whiteboards and 2 beanbags. So even though it's not that conducive to study, but it works as well, and it's really great. Yeah.
Right, that's fantastic. So sounds like Gerald, because Gerald is a World Skills student, so he's been under tough training, and under World Skills, they got to work alone. So a lot of times his mode of working is geared towards that. Right. How about Sean? Maybe you can also share with us a little bit about how best do you learn?
so for me, I work best with friends, as definitely not at home. So, in school, normally I like to study with friends in a place called S500, a place where students can do their own stuff. So, uh, I like to work with friends and stuff is mainly because we can help each other. At the same time, doing projects and stuff, the time period will be like very stressed. So it's like if you're working with friends and stuff, they can help liven up the mood, So it's like they can be there supporting each other instead of you alone suffering. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's a very cute way of, and I think Sean is being very humble over here. So he talked about helping each other. I think most of the time I find you helping other students instead and helping out your friends. Right. Thank you so much for telling us more about you. Right. So for today, we will be focusing on a particular topic. We want to talk a little bit about the challenges of home-based learning, which we are facing right now. So here it goes. Maybe we can start with Gerald. What do you think is the greatest challenge you have faced in home-based learning?
My greatest challenge in home-based learning is finding my drive to study. I need the motivation to start doing work, and that's taking out willpower, which kind of exhausts me faster than it should. So that's my greatest challenge, to start working.
Right. So starting working could be an issue. About Sean.
It's pretty much more or less the same because it's we're at home, we're near our beds or like near basically there is no teachers looking at us or like making us do work, especially because since we're at home. So it's like the motivation to actually do work will be a lot harder lah.
Mm-hmm. By the way, how close are you to your bed? Yeah,
Just right there only.
Here,
Just right there.
yeah. In fact, my pillow is just right here.
My bed is right here.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you all mean. It's like sometimes it's like you're working halfway, then you look, I'm tired. Then you look to the side. It's like, my bed is just there. That's sort of thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then is there any routine that can help you all start up? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, usually I just look through my plans of what I have for myself and in the future. And then I just think to myself, will I be able to accomplish my plans if all I do every day is just sit and sleep? And that fires up my motivation and keeps me working.
That's nice. Wow, I didn't know Gerald is extremely goal-oriented. I guess that's also comes with the world skills training, right? the performance training that you go through. I think next time we should really get you to come to class and train all the students regarding how do you kickstart when your motivation is not. Yeah.
It takes willpower.
Yeah, lots of willpower. How about Sean? How do you kickstart your day?
For me, like if there's like normal class lessons and stuff, I will be just like anything goes. But then if it comes to projects and stuff, I will basically look at the deadlines and stuff. Then the only thing that I will try to keep telling myself, not enough time, no time really. Have to rush, have to do. So that's my drive. Is no time left.
All right. Okay, so looks like I got two goal-oriented students over here. One goal for the performance, and I think deadline is pretty what drives a lot of people, right? So when you see a deadline marching towards you, you actually really start pushing it.
You start to tense up and worry.
Yeah. So apparently we don't have just a pandemic of COVID going around. We also have a pandemic of procrastination where everyone is just procrastinating until the last minute. Yeah.
It's everywhere.
I can't speak for the rest of the lecturer how they start. Usually without home-based learning, what I like to do is I'll grab my breakfast at Kofu, which is a food court at Nanyang Polytechnic. And over there, I will catch up on news from the bosses because I have some breakfast with the bosses, as well as maybe a little bit of gossip. Really get to know what's going around, and that sort of starts the day. So with home-based learning, that sort of disappear. then I resort to making myself a cup of coffee. And
Coffee.
yeah, this is routine. Coffee means time to focus. Yeah.
It's the opposite
Yep.
for me. It's the opposite for me. Yeah. Coffee makes me sleep.
Coffee makes you sleep. God.
Yes.
Okay.
Sean, you're the oldest among us, so yeah,
Uh,
it doesn't
oh,
work on you.
Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't know coffee makes people sleep. Although I think to a certain time, I think coffee has no more effect for me already.
Get immune to it,
Right.
yeah.
I
Okay.
think.
All right. Okay. So from now, what I'm hearing is that usually motivation is an issue because now it's like everything is at home. It's probably difficult to segregate. Like now it's time for school. I'm in the school environment. I got my lab, my PC, my lab sheet all around, which feels school that helps to kickstart. So now all these are missing, and you all are basically just trying to push forward to with other things to make you feel like you want to start work. I guess is that a fair way to say?
Yep.
Right. Aside from that, I was wondering, aside from motivation, is there any sort of differences that you might have seen between school and home-based learning that might feel difficult or yeah?
As for me, learning in school and learning at home doesn't really have much of a difference because I usually finish, or at least try to finish my labs and all of the tasks for the day before even going to lesson. So technically, I go to lesson and I don't do much. I just make sure that what I'm doing is correct. So that applies at home too.
So does it mean that before you go to class, you already sort of completed some of the work that is supposed to be done for that class?
Yes, I try to, or at least I start on it. And if I have anything that I'm not so sure of, I'll just wait for a lesson and then clear it up.
That sounds so good. Model student.
No.
Right. Sean, how about you? Well, what's distinctively different between learning in school and home-based learning, aside from motivation?
For me, if it's just about me learning, yeah. Ultimately, it's not much difference also, cause same as what Jared said, I tend to finish the labs before the class. So it's like when I step into the lab lesson and stuff, I've already done all my supposed to be done in class the things lah. So it's like uh normally I prefer to do the lab in advance so that like to grab some concept on what we're going to do or what we're going to learn in class next. So then when I go to class, I will try to listen to the teacher to like to get some concept that I maybe missed or misunderstood or whatsoever. So it's like it's just like that. But then the if I'm talking about not just me learning as a general, would be it would be harder to actually help people because the thing online Zoom or whatsoever any software, it's very hard to actually help people on the spot. So it's like have to try here and there, then try to adapt lor. No choice.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel you.
I I think same for my side as well. If I'm trying to help a student. Oh, by the way, over here we are basically I'm teaching programming, and Gerald and Sean over here learns programming from me. So they are year 3 students, and we do some enterprise development. So in the usual class, let's say at school, when a student raise his hand up. When the learner raises his hand up, then I'll go to that learner and then I start fiddling with the computer. This is how you do it. So it's very customized and personalized. Then imagine bringing this system to Zoom. There's actually pros and cons. I thought. The con is I would, if I'm really focusing on the learner, there was actually no way for me to touch base with the other at the same time. I used to be standing behind like two PCs, like, oh, you do this, oh, you do that. So it's like doing multitasking at the same time. So it's almost impossible to multitask in the online platform. But what I found interesting is when we start doing like error handling in programming, when we try to debug the programs, I actually can do live debugging for the entire class to see. Although, actually, I don't know whether that's useful or not.
It is.
What do you think?
For those that don't know how to debug, which a lot of people don't, it's very useful because a lot of them, they know how to program, but once they encounter an error, they just get stumbled there and stop. So I think it's very useful.
Yep. Because some of the programmers, everything, if they never encounter the specific error before, they wouldn't know how to fix it in a way. So it's like they just program like very smoothly. Then after that, out of nowhere, suddenly an unknown error appear, and then they'll be like,
yeah, and it's even worse if they don't know how to read the logs.
Unknown error. Error appear in the wild, catch it while you can. Pokemon.
So those people that actually pay attention to watch how the lectures and stuff, how they fix an error, will be extremely useful to them, for sure.
By the way, do you know of any friends who would also watch the debugging process? Just wondering.
To be honest, I have no idea.
No idea. Maybe I should ask the questions in the next episode. So just to satisfy my curiosity on whether that's actually useful.
Because but then it is useful in a way, but then it's also very hard because it all depends on internet connection. Sometimes you down there lag. I cannot click.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the lecturer want to try to debug, or when I want to try to help my friend to debug, they always like, I can annotate their computer, I can remote control their computer. So it's like lectures or sometimes you remote control so it's like internet connection is one of the a block over there where like suddenly it's either my internet or the other party's internet. Then after that suddenly lag. Then after that cannot stuck down there already.
It just stops working, right? And you're wondering, why is it not clicking?
Well, why is it not working? Am I doing it wrong? And I guess one of the big things that we talking about internet connection, I think M1 was down about a week or 2 weeks ago. So that was actually something quite significant.
Not just M1, My Republic, and quite a few also.
So I guess this sort of thing, sometimes it can't be helped. We do have a lot of traffic going through. Probably the first time they really have to process so much traffic all at the same time on this infrastructure.
Yeah.
Right, Sean have different thoughts.
Nah, just like not enough backup servers.
Not enough backup servers, possibly.
Bandwidth to share.
So you all know from your networking lessons how important backup will be, right?
Yes.
So basically, this is something that we can see working in real life. It's not an easy job.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe let us talk about some of the other labs. Right. So we over here we have a lab. We have a particular module called Internet of Things Application Development. So for this particular module, what happens is that the students are going to work with hardware and they are going to try to program the Arduino. But of course, circuit breaker kicks in. Where's your hardware?
Online.
All right. Just to explain what maybe not most of the lecturers, but at least I did it. So I managed to find a Arduino simulator. It's not the exact same Arduino, but at least they can program and they can do something. Yeah. So the question is, what's your feel? Practical at home without the actual hardware, but at least we got a simulator for you.
With the simulation without the hardware, it's mostly theoretical. Programming wise and how it works, we all know, and we might know it perfectly. But once we get to the hardware, once lesson starts in school, things are going to be very different. Things like the hardware malfunction, the sensitivity of the sensors, all these things are going to pose a problem, and that may take us more time to get used to it, and that's not good.
Oh, Sean.
For practical, for the Internet of Things is, a simulator is just, it's just a simulator. Like for you to know how it should work. Like you want to do something, then it will just show you the exact output, how it's supposed to be like. But in actual scenario, that might not be the case lah. There might be a lot of mishaps, a lot of errors. It might not even be the code errors, it's the product, the hardware errors. So it's like that is the things that we will not be able to experience lah.
And when it's required for project, disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't mind me digging a little bit more. So hopefully by the time in July we get to go back to school, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw you the hardware. Well, what are your thoughts? Will you all feel a little bit more confident after going through the simulator, or you don't know what's going to happen? Or...
Confident? No. But whether or not we know what to do, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like based on the simulator everything, because the simulator set everything is every labs, the simulator set is the circuit is always pre-made for you. You just have to code something, code here. So if like in a practical where you all give us like all the hardwares, those hardware circuit are not pre-assembled. So it's like
yes.
yes. So it's like we'll be like overwhelmed, like how am I supposed to assemble them together? Then after that, which pin are we supposed to use? And how are we going to connect the pin? Are we connecting the right pin or not?
Yeah, this is gonna be a huge problem for us.
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like there's still a gap, right? Don't worry, I will fix the gap. There is the bridging gap. But I guess I can't explain this to you right now over live stream, or it will bore all the audience to death. Right? So I'm going to take that offline. Just to let you know, we are using a prototyping kit. It's going to be easy to use, hopefully. Many batches have done so. Wow, so yeah, that was, and then there's also this other module. I think Sean is taking that particular module, and I heard that the lecturer has been busy trying to churn out brand new materials. Can you share a little bit about what that is about? Give us a bigger, fuller picture on this.
Because that specific module was supposed to teach us how to program Apple devices, like the application. So it's like Apple uses iOS, the operating system. So it's like the only computer, or the only computer that actually can program iOS is Mac devices, which is Apple product. So it's like out of the entire class, there's only got one student with Mac. So it's like how are they to learn this or like make this work?
The school should rent us MacBooks.
But yeah, so it's like one option is to like we all download virtual machine on our Windows and do iOS programming inside, but that will be very insane lah. It will take up a lot of processing power lah. So it's like not all of us have enough memory left in our computer also. So it's like this is just way too tedious. Then the lecturer end up switching, instead of doing iOS programming, we switched to doing Android programming where we can actually use Windows and Apple, which is Mac. So he have to change the entire lesson, all the labs, all the lectures in this semester, in this term, like days before the class starts. You have to remake a brand new, the lecture slides and the labs for the student to actually do. So it's like,
Okay.
oh,
Wow. Oh, he just
Oops.
died.
Yeah, I think Sean dropped out of the stream. Did he say something that he wasn't supposed to say?
Oops. MOE came up.
I actually wanted to find out a little bit more, but let's see whether he will manage to join back the stream later.
Yeah.
How about Gerald? Any other very different sort of experiences that you have?
Different sorts of experience. Not really. It's just that aside from helping other people, right? Like what Sean said, it gets a lot harder, but there are workarounds, and those workarounds are usually meant for more technical people. So it's not available for everyone. And that makes it very hard for peer tutoring, people to help each other. And yeah, it's just it's just a lot harder for those students that really, really needs help but can't get them anywhere.
Okay. And in fact, I see Sean back in the stream, so let me just add him back.
Welcome back.
Hi, Sean. Welcome back. So as soon as we were talking about internet services, I think someone is overhearing us. Oh, you must be using My Republic, right?
no, but well.
All right. So this is the last time we're going to talk about internet services in part of the home-based learning challenges that we are facing before all the Murphy start coming back.
Yeah.
Right. If you allow me to just explore one last part, in fact, come to think of it, I forgot to explore that. We should have explored that right in the beginning of the session. Could you help share when you first heard that we are going into 100% home-based learning, not a single lesson is conducted in school, what was the very first thought that you all have?
As for me, my very first thought was, finally, I'm getting some sort of holiday. The main reason is because in school, I have to do work skills and all of that, and it just so happens that the period before the COVID-19 situation, I had to undergo intensive training for competition, Work Skills Singapore, and because of the COVID-19 situation, it got postponed to a much later date, a few days before the competition, and then that they said that it was going to be home-based learning from now. So I got very conflicted. One part of me is like thinking, oh no, I have to continue training, but another part is finally I get to take a break.
Fair enough. How about for Sean couldn't stop laughing. Right. Yeah, your thoughts, Sean.
Because for me, the first thing I heard is that, wow, I don't think I can do well in year 3 anymore. It's like, oh god, my project, then the things I learn in class is like it's all via online. Then it's like then all the questions is like start coming up. It's like how how are you going? How are you supposed to learn? Then like if there is any question and stuff, how or like errors and stuff, how are we going to ask the teacher to help or whatsoever?
Mhm.
Then if the teacher want to help during class lesson one by one, then it will delay the entire class because
Uh,
it's one by one. So it's like
Mm.
everything is like that. Then I'm like I cannot most likely my grades will drop.
yeah, we don't know what to expect. So
Yeah,
I
a
worry.
lot of unknowns lah.
Mhm. So, are you all highly worried about your grades as of current moment?
Not really.
Of current moment, not as much as the first time I heard of this lah.
Mr. Flex, what about you?
What?
What about Mr.
Worry
Flex?
about my
Oh
grades?
yeah,
No, not your grades. What were your first thought about home-based learning?
yeah.
My first
As
thought about home-based learning. It's like, are you sure we are going to do home-based learning? Because I'm one lecturer who likes to do a lot of group work and group discussion.
Oh no.
Yeah, so if you shift it up to the online platform, and for this, I have to be thankful that we are using Zoom. So Zoom has this functionality called breakout room, so I can still do that. However, it's still not as effective. So the learners and I, we tried it out, the breakout room. So I remember back in the IoT module, the very first thing we did was that we asked them to do some discussion, drawing a system architecture of a robotic car that can move around. So they took out the Zoom functionality, they drew it on the whiteboard that Zoom provides. So as soon as I exit the breakout room, they lost all their work. Yeah, so in my mind somewhere it's like, this is going to suck and we are going to do this for another 8 weeks. It's like, are you sure this will happen or not? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's one core difficulty for me. Yeah, we can't scold you anymore. It doesn't work. Try scolding in front of a camera. You just mute and cover up the camera. And oh,
What are you talking about?
yeah, but of course I got no idea whether students do that lah. Or probably some of them will be lying in bed. I don't know. That could be the case.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now that we are 7 weeks already, what are our final thoughts? Home-based learning.
I think it's going great. At least things are more consistent now. There's not much that we don't know about what to do and all of that. Sure, there are some problems and difficulties, but I think that we are on a roll now. It's not that bad anymore.
Well, for me, because I mean at this point of time, week 7, week 8, I think it's fine. It's just that I'm looking towards next term where most of the modules are just pure projects. Like there's no more lab, there's no more lecture. It's just pure projects. So it's like some projects are group as well. So I'm like, how are you going to discuss as group work? So if you're going to use Zoom, we have to refresh the Zoom meeting every 40 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, wow, this is very annoying. Like sometimes we talk, we didn't pay attention to the time, then suddenly cut off. Thank
Group
you for using Zoom.
Yeah. Group projects are really hard. Like
Yeah.
I know
really
what you mean. When I meet my friends outside, I would say, you all want to use Zoom only 40 minutes. So we tried Google Meet, but Google Meet, the quality is nowhere near Zoom. I
Yeah, it's
must
not
say.
good.
There's still a gap.
Teams.
What?
Microsoft Teams
Microsoft.
failed the very first time I tried.
Yeah, no. That one not good.
Maybe I'm not trying hard enough.
Discord.
Discord. not everyone have also.
Old school Skype.
True.
Yeah. I guess bit by bit we need to discover
that's right.
about that. Mhm. Okay, so now that it's 7 weeks in, at least for myself, I think it's also getting the hang of it. Although I see more and more students are switching off their webcam, which that is still a difficulty lah. Because as lecturer, we depend on looking at your face. So we look at a smiley face, we know that you probably have gotten it. Or we look at a blur face and we would know that, okay, I think I'm going to need to explain this part a little bit more. So the webcam, the picture on Zoom is already that small, and someone decide to hide behind the webcam. Actually, it gives us almost no idea on whether we should continue the class or not to continue the class. And the running joke with my colleague is sometimes those classes are where a lot of students off their webcam. We feel like radio DJs. So we are going to do, so can I do a song request next? So if you have a song request, please send a message on Zoom and we'll play it out for you. That's sort of the feeling we got at times. A bit lonely, I must say.
We understand.
It's manageable. All right, let me just go back and see the comment section. I do not see any questions with the comments. So I guess everyone is sort of too shy to ask questions in the comment section. But I think that is fine. Right, so yeah. You all have any last words to the internet about home-based learning?
Catch us on the next few episodes. Well, not us, but Mr. Flex and a few others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for
If
doing
you want us
advertising
back,
for
then tell Mr. Flex.
all right, let's put it, dear internet, if you think that you want to see Gerald or Sean back, feel free to leave a message on the comment. If you feel that this chat that we are having opens up your eyes and is interesting, please feel free to like, share, and smash the subscribe button to get informed of when our next session to be. We'll be doing this for every June, every Saturday on June. Yeah.
Annually.
So yeah, so this is what we are doing. And yeah, so with that, this is us learning apart together, doing our hard talks about home-based learning. So we'll see ya. Bye.
Bye.
Right, see ya.